Welcome back, everyone, to episode 145 of Unravel. Surprisingly today, we have everybody at the table. For a shorter time, but everybody at the table, because we're on a Friday instead of on a Saturday. But with everybody here and actually present, we are going to be picking it up where we left off. Last session, the party had Zira had accidentally activated a large barite mining golem that seemed to have blocked off the entrance to the third layer by going through the tunnels. Awakening it, though, it continued its charge as before, making sure that nobody would pass through it, which included, at this point, the party.
Blame the kobolds.
I mean, it was kind of a little bit your fault, but it's okay. Because you guys fought
I
it.
was literally punching it.
The only person that was really affected by it too much was, well, Chera was inside of it, in the refinery stomach where she was being boiled alive.
It was toasty.
Angie also ended up there at one point when she dropped to 0 hit points. George got really low and decided, fuck it. While Akiak was hiding behind a wall the entire time. You did eventually defeat it, though a bit of a struggle. It was a bit of a contemplation after that of like, there's been a lot of things that have nearly killed George recently. Is it wise to continue?
Yes.
Though with convincing of the party, some being more adamant than others, you decided you should. Entering into the mines, eventually finding the elevator and emerging on the third layer, where you found out that there were significantly less skeletons and corpses laying around, which is a little suspicious, but you found another one of those maps that marked out a few locations, including the Humunda Central Bank, the Stone Hall, the Palace, as well as the Soulforge itself, among a few others. Deciding that you should start making your direction towards your eventual goal, but treading more carefully, Chera managed to eventually spot that you were being followed by a few humanoid-sized creatures. Eventually finding out, when they attacked you, after you clearly spotted them, that it was a group of Duergar, these dark-skinned dwarves from the Underdark, that did battle with you. For the purposes they attacked you, you are not 100% sure, but midway through the battle, you were also joined by two golden-clad dwarves of more the regular mountain dwarves, the ones who we've encountered before in Corpomunda, and the ones you would expect to have lived here way back when. You did battle, defeating all the Duergar, after which you found out that the one of the two dwarves that joined you in the fight is named Orindir, and is part of a larger community of dwarves that has survived in the district in which the Humunda Central Bank is located. A place where he claims about 2,500 or so dwarves still live. Surprised by this revelation that they are alive, they invited you to come with them, as they hadn't seen outsiders in over 1,000 years. But Orindir mentioned something about... I'm not sure if he did, actually. That he wasn't entirely surprised with your arrival, though still taken aback. He brought you with, and you went through the larger gate that was built in front of this community. You never left the building after entering the gate, presuming you're still in this larger fortified gatehouse. They did seem to have longer hallways and different rooms and stuff. It was more than just a gate with two towers next to it. You were given places to rest, as it was later in the day, and some of you were still haggard from fighting the golem before. You all found yourselves to bed. There were 4 rooms. You got 4 keys. Every room had a double bed. How are the rooms divided, if they are at all? Bosco, by the way, has been taken off your head. He doesn't fit through many of the doors here. He's a little too small. They would take him to one of their stables. So
The glue factory.
he does sleep outside, I'm afraid.
Damn, they do have underground stables.
It's indoors
Maybe
because
a-
we're in a mountain. But
Indoor stables.
yeah.
Glue
For all
factory.
those mountain horses, you know.
Yeah, those stables for all those mountain goats.
Who knows? I don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know.
How
But
are we-
who is sleeping with
At the guild.
in the room with whom?
I'm definitely sleeping. I don't care with whom.
Damn.
Damn, Angie's
Or-
easy.
Yeah, we knew that already.
Damn.
There's 4 rooms, which means one person at least has to double up. Unless you guys want to
don't
all
really
stick
care.
together, which is also fine.
No, I want my own room. I think it's very comical to be very tiny in a big bed.
Very well. Is anybody sleeping with George? If he's hammering all
No.
night? At least not Angie.
I'll sleep with George.
Okay.
I don't really
I
mind.
want to sleep.
That's your white noise machine.
Yeah, that's my white noise machine. I'm used to it.
You fix my armor?
I don't think I can.
I'm afraid not.
I want
Not here at
I'm me not doing something.
Alright. But with all the rooms settled, we begin this session not
But
in
with
a
the
cavernous
TPK.
underground space or in the somewhat cozy bedrooms you have been assigned.
With the sponsor
Start
of
then.
today's video.
Great shadow.
And cut.
I didn't finish.
We start this session
In someone's dream.
with stormy clouds, lightning jumping from point to point, heavy rain, and eventually a crash into the ocean. As Chera, you find yourself once more
Great. Fun.
sinking
Surprise.
further and further into the depths.
Okay, well, fun. I'll still have to swim my way out, I guess.
If that's what you want to do.
I mean, is there anything around me?
The large open expanse, you know that what's pulling you down is a vacuum that's being created by a maw opening that it does eventually eat you if you do nothing and if you swim down.
Yeah. Can I peer into the darkness while I try to swim up?
So like this.
Well, no, peer around.
Oh, around you.
around
Sure.
me.
Go ahead and make a perception check. It is with disadvantage because your dark vision is limited and there's
I don't
you're trying to see
think
beyond it.
I don't think, no.
What was the first roll then?
2 for a 9.
9. Just your dark vision of just dark grayish waters, then beyond it nothingness.
I'll rage
Okay,
and try to swim up
very well.
as hard as I can.
Go ahead and make that athletics check.
Supposed to be good at this. Look, 30.
30.
Yeah.
Okay. You begin making your way to the surface. Swimming up a little bit more, further and further away from that vacuum. Knowing now what was to come, you prepared yourself for it. Go ahead and roll a second roll.
Okay, that's 27.
27. You again get closer and closer to the surface, this time determined to reach another outcome. Another roll.
15.
15. That initial burst of strength begins to leave your body. That adrenaline begins to fade. Go ahead and make another check.
Come on. 17.
You get pulled further and further. That fate that you know is coming for you almost seems unavoidable. Go ahead and roll another check.
Okay. An 18. 28. Sorry.
28. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
You think to yourself, there must be something more to this, something that isn't just this eventually being devoured. And you, with every ounce of strength you have, you push yourself closer and closer towards the surface. And as you get closer, the rumbling of the storm almost becomes clear, allowing to almost make out a voice speaking determination. And as you almost break the surface, a lightning strike hits the water right on top of you, and it kind of stays there in place as it begins to swirl and move the connection between the water and the clouds above. And what you see coming through the water surface, reaching for you, is this large electrical hand that reaches out to you. Doesn't grab you, but it reaches out, almost like a help.
I'll grab it. Grab
Okay,
the
you
hand.
do take. As you do, it grasps around almost your arm. It is larger than yours, and with that, all of the strength you are putting in is elevated as you get pulled to the surface. And as you break, you wake up.
Now pregnant by Zeus.
I mean, that's how that should work, right?
Lore accurate god encounter.
Lore accurate. Oh no!
Shouldn't have grabbed the hand.
Now a baby is crawling out of your stomach. Out of your chest or something.
The fucking damn.
As Chera wakes up elsewhere, one of you hears a knock on your door. As Ikiak, you are awoken.
Bosco.
Yeah, Bosco.
I go to my door and
Okay.
just way too small door.
As you open up the door, before you stands a younger man, Dwarven, is the servant that also brought Orindir the keys that you have. He goes, excuse me, I've got a question. That bear of yours, is he dangerous at all?
No, he's perfectly fine. Just give him like fish, and he'll be splendid.
I'm afraid that we don't have much of that.
Where would they get fish?
Bruh.
Well, something's happened. Could you come along and see if what's happening right now is okay?
All right.
He's good. He's casting spells.
I'm going towards Bosco, I guess.
Evil
Towards the stalls.
Bosco
As
is
you-
not evil.
As you get led by this servant, he kind of guides you through a couple of hallways, eventually down a staircase, and you emerge from a doorway into the courtyard of this fortified gatehouse, at which also the stables that you hadn't seen before, but the stables that house indeed mountain goats as well as Bosco are attached. There, he points out to you, see if that's okay. You hear faint, a number of faint giggles and screams and sounds of general joy. But as you approach, you see that there's a dwarven woman looking upon Bosco's pen currently, where about half a dozen children or so are running around him, climbing on him, petting him, seemingly friendly, but they are actively playing with your bear.
It sounds like a euphemism.
Oh my god!
Bosco.
What's the meaning of all of this?
The woman that's standing there kind of turns around, almost surprised. She goes, "Oh, I don't think it's too much of a problem. He seems friendly enough, if you don't mind. The children here had not. I heard that a bear had come in, and I thought it would be appropriate to see. So, and they seem to enjoy. Well, a change. We've seen them on in pictures and such, but never like this.
Have you asked Bosco if it's okay? He has a choice in this as well. I just ignore their answer and just walk towards Bosco.
Go for it.
Bosco?
You kind of like he's laying down largely, not actively like fighting off the children or anything.
No.
But he's kind of just laying there and kind of like the head rears up and goes, "Yeah.
Are you alright? Are you fine with them playing on you?
Oh, it's okay. It's not as bothering as with. It's kind of like snow, just like it piles up against you if you sleep outside. It's a little similar to the Zera,
Oh, they are similar size. That is true. Yes.
and there's a lot of them.
There is. Yeah. There's more than. There's more than. Well, if you're fine with it, then I guess I'm okay with it as well.
Okay, as long as
No.
they don't hurt me, but they seem small enough.
Just make an angry noise if they hurt you. All right.
I will.
Good boy.
As you kind of walk up there, one of the children kind of comes walking up to you, and he goes, "Mr. Bearman, I have a question. Why is normally the pictures we saw of bears are like they have black fur and they have brown fur. Why does this one have so light fur?
Because this one's all the way from the south.
What's
So-
that?
Have you ever seen snow?
I mean, we've heard of snow. It grows on mountains.
Right. Now imagine like the top of a mountain,
Mm-hmm.
but then for a whole plain.
That's weird.
Indeed. That's where I'm from, and Bosco is from as well.
Is that why you have so much fur too?
Yes. For the cold. It's very cold up there.
What's
down
up
there.
with your nose?
That's very rude to ask. That's just my nose.
Why is it so long? Again,
My
like
shorts
reaches
are
for
short.
it.
My shorts are short. Can you even sniff of that? Huh?
And the kids are running off.
Damn.
He hides.
You're so good with children.
Marriage material box.
The
Oh my
the other kids
Yeah.
laugh at him.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's what they would do.
I'm going back to my tent. I mean my...
You should
my
put a
room.
tent up in your room.
Sounds
That's what
familiar.
That's what I would do.
As you walk back out of the pen, the woman that's standing there goes, "Not much experience with children."
Right.
No, children aren't very often born in my village. So
Can't
no.
imagine.
I've lived in the Arctic most of my life, and it was really rude.
Turbo version.
I try to teach them manners, but it's often more than. There's a lot of them.
I understand their interest. If I was stuck in a cave for my whole life, I would also be amazed with all the wonders of the world.
I've never seen outsiders here, and especially not ones from as far away as I just heard you describe. So it's interesting. I thought it
How
was
many outsiders have you seen that are close by then?
not ones that come from the surface, but we've had some dealings with from people living further underground, coming to here and causing issues. But
You can go further underground.
yes, I suppose you would not know about there's a range of depths within the Earth's crust, and if you go deeper, there are grand subterranean caverns known as the Underdog, which there are entire societies in there, but the creatures monsters and such that live there are quite dangerous, and the people that live there are equally hardened through them. So when they eventually discovered us living up here, they decided that perhaps living a little less far away from the surface would be safer. And, well, they found out later that we were already here. But
I see. Even further down. The world is a big place. It's much bigger than one would expect.
that it is. I'll get them away from you shortly. We,
If you hear him growling, that's when you know Bosco wants them to leave.
Farewell, thank you. I'll pay attention.
He mauls them.
It's just like, "Brr," you know.
The first child is a nice warning.
You make your way back towards where the rest of your group is asleep at the moment. One of which is not yet awake. That's George.
Oh shit.
You are
your
asleep
sleep.
at the moment.
Then we've established that's more accurate. Sleeping for George.
It's white noise for Tara.
Yes.
You awake on the cold stone floor of a dark, silent stone hall. You try to orient yourself, but there isn't any defining markings, except for the loud ringing of steel against steel, the smashing of a hammer against an anvil. And with every flash, as you lay on your back, you see a light illuminate part of the room.
A light.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of light?
If you get up and orient yourself a little better, you see distantly a dwarven-esque figure standing at a forge with a piece of red hot steel on the anvil, hammering away at it. And with every hit of the anvil, a flash of light illuminates the room, but then dims again.
Have I died again?
In your sleep.
Should have never
Maybe
come
we
here.
trusted them a little too. George just waddles his way towards the figure.
Okay.
Perhaps a little less protective as he usually does in these visions.
Mhm.
More just a stride, expecting nothing, sort of a little defeated.
As you approach, the smith seems to almost grow.
Lava drives by. Oop.
The smith almost seems to grow larger and larger as you approach, rather than getting much closer at all. Continuing to hit away at the hammer, he does not seem to notice your approach. Illuminating Smith's face with every strike, large dwarven figure, dark black beard, golden armor. What do you do?
He just gets bigger as I get closer.
Mm-hmm.
It's blood.
How big can he get?
He gets pretty big.
Alright. A little taken away from it, George would probably at first do like a once over, seeing if there's anything else here. Is it loud as the
Mm-hmm. It's pretty loud. It rings out throughout this massive stone hall. Around you in the distance there are pillars that also get lit up with the flash of the light, but nothing aside from the smith, this hall,
George
and
would
you.
just drop the anvil he has, if it's with him,
Ding, ding.
and he'll just slam on it.
Okay. Ding. It ripples out throughout the space.
And then looks up again. to
The
see-
smith stops for a moment, frowns, but continues.
And George will hit it again.
Right.
But this time, using a bit of magic to flare up.
Okay. As you do, sparks of radiance come from it. As you do it, he stops again, dropping his hammer arm to the side, kind of looking into the hallway, seeming to almost pass over you, looking confused for a second. As he does, a flash of light in his left eye, as from him this large shadowy figure steps forth with the burning left eye, going to speak. He is not here. He cannot hear you. He has abandoned you. But you can't see that, can you? Both eyes, but blinder than I. Only I can see you. Only I can hear you. Only I can be your salvation. He sent you here to die, and you did. You owe him nothing. If you keep following the doomed paths of these gods, there will be no other end. When the shadow comes, I can save you. You can be eternal. If only you take my hand. The hand reaches out towards you.
George wouldn't even react. He would just continue slamming the anvil.
Stands there
Completely
for a
ignoring his
moment,
presence.
the hand reaching out, almost shaking and balling up into a fist before he kind of slams the ground. The room kind of shakes. The smithy's still standing confused, but almost willing to return to his work until every time you hear that you hit the hammer or you hit the anvil.
George will just mimic his anvil as he's talking to him. George
Mhm.
will just continue mimicking.
The shadow stands there. He turns around frustrated before turning himself back to you. Dwarves are such stubborn beasts. Fine, have it your way. I've killed champions before. I can do it again. As he kind of rushes towards you with a hammer, you wake up back into your room, almost simultaneous with a gasp from Chera beside you. As you do, you wake up, perhaps surprised, but with a comforting warmth in your chest, emanating from the holy symbol you carry.
It's burning.
It's not burning, but it's warm.
You did a good job. You're getting a good grade in being religious.
Good grade from Morden. Gold star.
There is a knock on your door. On all of your doors, technically, at the same time. For those who open, you see different dwarven servants, all with a platter of food, that hand them over to each of you,
Thanks.
going, eat hearty for a moment. In some time, Orinder will send for you, and you will meet with the Iron Ring. They will know what to do further. But welcome to the Ironhold.
Thanks.
Before they then once again depart, leaving your group in. You're all standing like at the in the doorway with
Good morning.
different foods. They have. It is a spread of largely mushrooms and mosses, as well as a decent amount of meat.
Okay.
Someone wants my mushroom and vegetables.
Are we still in our own chamber?
I mean,
Many
you
of
have
Where
all
did
each
they
of-
get the meat
You
from?
have to read
you
this.
have each of your own chambers.
Other dwarves, maybe.
You have each of your own chambers, but every chamber is kind of laid out like a living space, like people could permanently live. They have like dining rooms and lounges and kitchens and stuff in them as well. But you've been brought food for now.
Because I had a question about the transponder mirrors. How
Yes.
big are they? Is it like a
Like
real?
full size.
You know that black mirror we have standing there, like
Yeah.
the 2 meter wide, that big.
Okay.
That's why it has to go into the portable hole every time. It doesn't even fit in the bag of holding.
Okay. I will. In my own room. I will set it up.
Alright, cool.
And I'll
Pray
see.
to the golden iron.
Okay.
Find me a mirror.
I will
No.
just
See if this works
meet in my room.
with.
You press the button,
I will not eat the meat.
which calls out to the other one.
I don't know where they got that from.
Sorry.
Press call.
Be-doo-doo, be-doo-doo.
Like Sky.
Mirror, call mother.
Boo-doo. Can you hear me?
As you do, waiting to maybe see a family member of yours on the other side respond, a darkness envelops, the reflection disappearing for you to wait for the other reflection to appear. But instead, a small yellow light peers back at you. What do you do?
It's just. Is it?
Currently, it's like a little tiny dot of yellow.
Can I touch it?
You touch the mirror as if you would touch a mirror. It's not touchscreen, no, nothing happens. Subway Surfers opens.
At least in one. Why are you not paying attention?
I'll wait.
Okay.
See what happens.
You wait until eventually that light turns into like a little flame of gold, almost like radiance. And it begins to grow ever so slightly.
I'll keep waiting because it's doing something.
Okay. As you wait, eventually a voice you hear in just your head going, I can hear you. I can see you. I can help. What do you wish to see? What can I do for you?
First, answer this question. Who are you?
You know who I am. I told you I would watch from every shadow.
Yep, nope, this.
Okay, you turn off the mirror.
Nope, 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 nope. No,
He
no.
is not sorry. It's like calling your abusive ex and then discovering, I'm sorry, and it's like, nope.
You turn off the mirror.
Yep, immediately, like, nope, and put it back.
Your group has some time before somebody would come to get you if you wish to discuss a plan of attack or approach in this. Discuss You didn't have much time yesterday when you were brought here, considering it was late in the day, but you were surprised, most of you, with the presence of living dwarves down here.
Did we? Ooh, sorry. Did we take full rest or not?
Yes, you take a full, regular long rest.
Why are you not eating the meat?
I don't know where they got it from.
I'll take it.
Sure.
I think
What are you
it's.
trying to say?
Might be other dwarves.
I don't.
Where would they get the meat from?
I don't think they're cannibals.
Goats?
Can
Maybe.
can in some way, is there a way to maybe identify the food to see if there is like...
If you cast Identify on food, you'll find out what it is, I suppose. It's magic that reveals stuff. You can also cast Legend Lore if you want to know exactly what creature it came from and its history. But
They have mountain
No,
goats here.
and George, the moment you say it, you're like, yeah. And he checks it.
okay, I should identify it. Do you cast a spell slot with this, or are you doing this over 10 minutes?
It's 10 minutes. It's
Okay.
probably cold.
I'm
It
just
is
eating.
well.
I'm just
An
eating
important part
goats.
is it's not poisoned, which I think you would be able to find out with that. So that's neat. That would do just poisons, but the part of the identify, I guess, I suppose, would reveal that it's not cursed, so it's not poisoned, I guess.
I didn't think it was cursed.
It is it's a meat from a creature known as a deep growth, which is a sort of underground cow of sorts. It is a sort of livestock that is most commonly held within the Underdark.
Yeah, it's,
I mean, it tastes
meat.
pretty fine.
It's not
It is
dwarf.
it is relatively tough meat compared to anything that you have
Yeah,
had
no, I'll
before.
keep to the mushrooms.
I
That's
just
it.
cast a spell on it. Why are you not eating it? Eat it. You need it.
I'm fine.
You're gonna lose those muscles if you don't.
You just need a lot of protein for that.
Probably protein in this.
That's true.
Probably
I
more
take-
than
I
the
take it-
mushrooms.
I take it in my protein shake.
Ah, fair enough. Buster's egg.
Yeah.
Ew.
Is there?
I have this oil, you know, that I cook stuff in.
Right. Is there anything we wanna?
God is not here in this place.
God isn't
No.
here.
That's the whole problem.
That's the whole point.
Is there anything we wanna discuss? How we wanna approach today? And no, we wanna figure more out about these people. I kind of.
I mean, I wanna know what the fuck happened.
I want to know how they survived and the rest all died.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we kind of know. They said they closed themselves in. We asked the last time.
I mean, yeah, but like like what? Yeah, we
It looked
did
like-
ask what happened, but still.
On the higher levels, it looked like something came from this level.
It was the other
That's
dwarves.
because
right?
that's what happened. It's the same with. I don't even want to call his name. It's the same with everybody was offered that I was offered when I died. They took it, and so
Have you been offered
one
by
by
someone?
one.
I haven't been offered anything. I
No,
think.
we discussed like the one I.
Yeah.
When
That
I
made evil
died.
Bosco.
Oscar's not evil.
The suddenly resurrecting doesn't sound like a good thing in my book.
No, not with whatever the reason behind it is. It's
You
probably-
I'm not blaming the bear, but like there's something weird going on there, which we know. But
You should ask these people if they can just bring us to, your forge.
I mean, there's also the the tension between the church and
We
the
can do
other
it
church.
afterwards.
They did have problems here and there. I don't know what to expect there. I'm hoping we can maybe stock up on something here. I just want to figure out what's even going on here.
Yeah, that's just like get the lay of the land.
So I kind of want to look for the same person. Maybe we have to look for somebody who's higher up here. Then again, I am afraid I might cause trouble if they know why we are here. So let's not be too loud on that, or say to everyone what we are here for.
I mean, they have a kind of prophecy, right?
Well,
I think.
I don't know if everybody follows that prophecy.
I mean, they probably have heard it, like in stories.
Okay.
Most of these prophecies become like stories in ancient people. At least that's what the textbooks say.
It just sounds like not everybody would like that prophecy to come through.
Not at the moment, but they probably believed in it when they were little. Maybe they think that.
Maybe their grandparents or their parents believed in it. But
I mean,
don't think
maybe they think that the one who will save them is the one that is giving you all those deals. That's probably why they took it, or why they believe in them.
maybe. Let's look for someone, or at least this familiar face.
Yeah. You just have to figure out what this iron thingy-majiggy is up to.
Short while after finishing breakfast, there's a knock on your doors again. Where, when you open them, there's only one dwarf standing there. The one of the armored dwarves, not the one with the wings, but the one following Urindir, who goes, "If you are ready, the Iron Ring will see you now."
Sure.
Please remind me, the Iron Ring are the elders of this group, the leaders.
Yes, they are the rulers within the Ironhold here.
May I ask, how many of them believe or follow this
You could ask.
golden iron?
You could ask the other way around and find out the same.
Of
If
the
you don't
three
wanna say
sitting on the
anything.
council, none, I suppose. Not as far as I know, not openly at least.
Yeah, that's probably good.
Sorry, it was they are the rulers of the what?
The Iron Ring, rulers of the Ironhold, which is what we call this now fortified section of the city.
If you say that is true, there is no suspicions that you know of.
Not from what Orindir and I understand.
I just thought he said that a lot of people were
Yes,
jumping.
many of the common folk. Some were more impacted by the strain that has been put upon the people in this, in our community than others. But the Iron Ring is pretty solid.
Show us the way.
He leads you through a few hallways and eventually up some set of stairs, where you enter into an area that's more where the floor is no longer old wood, but is instead stone tiles. You enter into a more cavernous space. You get the feeling that you are moving into natural rock almost, where this part of the building is built into. And eventually there you find there's a chamber, a large door that opens up, and beyond it a decently sized sort of meeting hall, where you have the dwarf that led you, a relatively small semicircle table, not much bigger than the one we're sitting at now, with 3 people sitting at it. As you go there, the dwarf guiding you turns back, closes the door, and begins to speak. "You stand before the Iron Ring, descendants of those who saved us after the fall. Orindir Stonehelm, descendant of the King's Hammer and our chief guardian. Jurdas Cragwaller, descendant of the King's Will, sage and counselor. And Anwin Silverhand, descendant of the King's Vault, the banking family that maintains our economy." He also points over to a significantly elderly dwarf sitting at next to Anwin Silverhand, a younger female dwarf. He's sitting kind of like almost slumped forward. He barely acknowledges your presence. And he goes, "And Ergul Silverhand, Lady Silverhand's grandfather." The woman pointed out towards you as Enwin Silverhand speaks up, immediately almost, going, "Age may have slowed his mind, but his legacy gives him a right to attend."
Sorry. Can you repeat the names?
Sure.
Yeah, I
You have-
missed the first.
You had
like,
Orindir Stonehelm, which is the dwarf you met outside, the one with the wings, who currently has taken off a part of his armor, the more extravagant parts. You have Jurdas Cragwaller, which is this about same age as Chera, male dwarf. And then you have Anwin Silverhand, a slightly older individual, this dwarven female figure that seems to be very well dressed and have like nice jewelry on her.
fucking corpse, probably.
And yeah, Ergul Silverhand
Yeah.
is almost like looks
Like
little very
he must be
decrepit. If you
600
do
years
this, he may
old.
just turn to dust. You're not sure.
You're the fish from
He's kind of like
SpongeBob.
sitting there. It's not that bad yet.
He's just on the journey.
Oh my god, yes!
He's sitting, but you've never seen a dwarf this old.
The girl spider.
Just out of his eye socket.
He's there.
The one that you don't get that close to.
Those three make
Those three are the they make the Iron Ring, and Aragorn Silverhand, according to Lady Anwin, his age may have slowed his mind, but his legacy gives him the right to attend.
Okay.
That makes sense.
The dwarf that escorted you speaks once again. Lords and Lady of the Iron Ring, I hereby present to you our new arrivals. Before he steps back
Hello.
in front of the door.
And she will the noble woman in her will take a bow. Very
I walk up. I'm Chera, a Longfellow.
Lady Anwin kind of reaches forward and speaks. Which one of you is Moradin's chosen?
Like, was George.
George
Hey.
Wayland,
Yeah.
Jr. of the Soulforge. Coppermund.
Eurydice, who's like sitting in the center of the semicircle. Lady Eldon is for you, sitting on the right, and Orindir on the left. Kind of like leans back in the chair he's sitting in and kind of scoffs. The child. He's not much of a king, is he? What are you here to do, boy?
King.
That is what it said, no? Or are you even unaware of your own prophecy?
I'm not here because of a prophecy. Apologies.
Good job you've done, Orindir.
I'm here because I was sent here through visions from Moradin.
Orindir kind of like leans forward. What do these visions of yours say?
They shone Coppermunda. The emptiness, the shadows, problems.
I think you mean Ormunda.
Coppermunda, yes.
And if it is not the prophecy that led you here, what have you come here to do? Seek out emptiness and darkness?
To relight the forge.
Kind of like Orindir kind of like looks back at the others who shakes it off. Fine. You've made your way all here. What can we do for you? What do you want from us?
I mean, we stumbled into this layer thinking everyone had died. So
Like- Can you bring us to the Soul Forge so we can light up the forge?
Imagine you would have done it yourself if it was that easy.
Eurydice looks over to Orindir. Who goes, we have tried. Since the fall, after our emergence from the bank, we traveled there to see if Moradin was still among us. That is where he would be found normally. And according to our ancestors, they found nothing. But what kept them from even entering was a solid wall of flame. As far as I understand, that flame still exists until this day. We have not attempted to pass it, as our ancestors detailed accounts of people who have tried and either burned up in them or otherwise were repelled.
What is the prophecy that you all believe in or heard of?
That's a good question.
An important question, but it is not for me to answer that. I am not the one who receives these visions, who dictates this prophecy.
It's the old man.
The ones who receive them are the priests of Moradin themselves. Runia is very excited of your arrival and willing to divulge that information to you, but she
Mhm.
is not part of the Iron Ring.
that's fair.
But
Who she might be. Within.
She would be found within the Cathedral of Moradin that we have built here,
and
most
you,
likely.
you tell me that you have you don't
I have
know?
an idea, but it's not for me to say. I don't know the details. I may confuse things. But other questions that you asked me yesterday, we can answer. You had questions about our existence, how and why. Ask them again so we may answer.
You wanted to know.
Yeah, I wanted to know what exactly happened here. How the people here survived all this time.
Enwin speaks up. The banker. She goes, during the fall, our ancestors hid in the King's Vault, which is one of the largest vaults we have within our bank, and it could house a few hundred people. They stayed in there supposedly for a little over a week. After their emergence, the death and destruction that was being caused outside had faded. They found themselves locked in this place between most of the mines only leading further down, and the Soul Forge being closed off, as you heard, and the main tunnels, the staircases that would reach back up to the surface being collapsed. They decided to make the best of it here. Arindir picks up there, going. And those who followed Moradin, the most devout of his worshippers, they received visions that eventually, well, it's the same vision that we are receiving now, that eventually some salvation would come to us. But it has been quite some time since.
It has, because
During the fall, from what is written, from the people that were there, something went wrong. The king himself, the then chosen of Moradin, together with the chosen of Pelor and most of the guardians of the third layer, were sent into the Soul Forge to face whatever this dangerous thing was. But time come, time go, and before long, there were dead men walking out of the forge. And quite alarming numbers who started killing people. The people that were killed rose again and killed more people. Killed more people. They eventually started making their way, supposedly, to the third layer, or the second layer, because when we emerged, very few were left here. Either they retreated in the hole they came from, or they made it further out, before the tunnel was collapsed. Neither the king nor Pelor's chosen was ever seen again. From the dead we could find, part of the bank, he points back to Anwin, has been converted into catacombs where those who died have been laid to rest, and the generation since. Most people they will find here are either fourth or fifth generation. There are exceptions.
Which
The older
generation is
version. He is early third generation.
Sorry.
His grandparents survived the fall.
Can you tell me about this chosen one of Pelor and
Aye.
king?
The chosen of Pelor was at that time, very young individual, from what we understand, a warrior in the Dawn Wars in its latter years. Her name being kind of like recounts to himself, Cirilla Emberhand, if I am not mistaken. The king, the chosen of Morden at the time, was Thoduin Lumehan. He was, from what we understand, a great warrior and a wise man. And he descended into the forge and probably met his end there, as did his line.
What was the name of the king?
Thoduin Lumnehan.
When did this wall appear? Did you never figure that out?
As far as we know, the wall has been there since the fall. From what we only have the accounts of our ancestors that survived, and they emerged from the vault 7 days after. It must have probably taken them a few days before going back to the Soul Forge, but when they first did, that is when they encountered this wall of flame. It has supposedly kept whatever remainders of the army of the dead that survived down there away from us, if it still exists. It must exist for a reason, either to keep us out or to keep other things in. We do not know. You can. We will not keep you from whatever your purpose was here. You are welcome to come and go as you please.
So they went in to fight something. Fire came out. Maybe Bellows doing. Maybe the new guy is doing. Can you tell me what's happening in this part of the city? Why everyone's straying from Mordin? I mean, I feel there's no gods in this place, but
Orinder begins to speak before Yrdos cuts him off. He goes, "The Golden Ire is something that has come up in the last year and a half or so. People started receiving visions,
only
and
recently then.
it's a very recent thing.
Yeah.
Some people started receiving visions. Many of them that were discontent with Mordin's and his, lack of involvement in what is going down here. These people started believing in this golden ire, and some of them, those who devoted themselves first and most strongly, have seen results, being gifted magics of a divine nature, similar to what priests and such of Mordin had done before.
So last 1.5 years or 2 years?
I think 1.5 years ago or so, the first time we really started hearing of it, and people here started being involved in it. They have been largely peaceful, but being a very the people that convert themselves note to quickly receive visions and even magics, much easier than those who devoted themselves to Mordin for a while. Because of that, the Church of the Golden Ire has grown significantly, and the Church of Mordin has dwindled.
Have you noticed a significant change in your connection to Mordin in the past 1.5 years?
I never had a connection.
Well,
But
not you specifically.
Rinder speaks up going, "Those of us who truly devote themselves to him still receive his blessings, still receive his magic. No visions, aside from the one that the archpriests of Moradin receive every once in a while. But even that is a recent thing. Came up around the same time, year and a half ago or so, maybe a little longer. But before that, those visions had ceased 200 years ago or so. The last one to receive those was the predecessor of Renia's predecessor. So there's been some time, and that silence is what converts, or allows some to give up on Moradin and convert to this golden ire that seems to listen differently.
Clerics, do they see the golden eye?
Ours? Not that I know of. And if they do, perhaps they do not speak of it.
Since it's recent, it's this recent, I might have an idea what it might be. A hunch.
But there are more pressing matters than a peaceful alternative religion for now. The Durgar you have had encounter with are a more pressing issue for those who venture out of Vermunda. It is out of the Ironhold. It has been harder for me to train and convince people to join up for the Guardians, and we have, because of that, lost sight. It would happen more often that when people go to the not closed off mines to see if they could gather resources or otherwise, would eventually be beset upon by the Sturgar and be captured, enslaved. The people that I send out on patrol also sometimes do not come back. That is a more pressing matter for us, and it is something we have been focusing on. They've even started, we don't know how, but abducting people from inside the Ironhold.
As much as I want to help you directly with that, I'm afraid this golden eye might be a larger problem than you think it is.
Perhaps it is, but we have little way of fighting against it. It's hard to imprison people for believing something different. And they have been peaceful so far.
Well, we'll see if we might run into what
What is going on at the very least? I believe Rindir told us that the Durga who set up in the what was it?
Arindir
In the
speaks
palace.
up. In Stone Hall, the
Yeah.
palace, they largely occupy the north side of this layer, accessing the mines there. They are in a decent number, more than I have guardians at least. And from what we understand is that none of them, or not many, have come here freely. Those we have captured and interrogated seem to eventually admit that most of them have been banished here from the Underdark. Being criminals and such, this was an alternative option for them. And thus they somehow have a stream of more Durga arriving, rather than being a full-fledged community of people.
How organized are they?
Organized enough to have leaders, and well, most of them seem to have some sort of, be it not military, but at least Gundam experience
I'm asking organized enough to maybe take this place
in time.
in time. That's concerning, I'd imagine.
It is, but it is hard to convince people to fight for a place if they truly believe. Most of them begin believing now that the Golden Eye will save them from whatever darkness there may be.
which is why it's a problem.
It is.
Mm.
We know not what to do about it.
That's
We
all.
have been thinking, but it is a recent problem and it has not yet been fixed.
I imagine this being the cause of the entire city collapsing, but it isn't.
Must have some sort of.
It must have, yes.
I mean, let's just solve
I'm thinking
all
blood
problems
portals.
at once by lighting that forge. Then we do your thing. Then we do the whole believing in Morrigan thing again. And because everyone believes in Morrigan, we all fight against those Durgar. Yeah.
Do you know the Durgar's intentions? Why is it necessary for them to fight you?
They don't fight us as much as they enslave us. Those they capture, they either keep as hostages, and they sometimes request payment in goods more often than not. Others are the ones that they enslave, and they work in their mines and keep their herds of beasts and work their farms, which leaves most of their hands free for more different crafts, ones that would either involve smithing weapons or training to abduct more of us. We have lost a significant number of people in the past few years.
I'm sorry, I never encountered many, if any, Durgar.
I don't think we have. Not many, at least.
So I didn't know.
No, it's fine.
But that is.
I imagine that you know not much of what goes on down here. Similarly, we do not understand much of what's going
Right.
around up there. First of all, where did you all come from? What?
Copramundo, and just like Jolt. I'm from Top Town, which is the town that is on top of Copramundo because it had a population crisis after everyone left Holmundo.
Makes sense. The dwarves, that makes sense. Yurda speaks up, going, the rest of you, you are from much further away, I suppose.
Yes.
Where are you? Where are each of you from?
I mean, I'm from Genova.
Not terribly familiar. The name came up once. What is it?
It's a land.
Oh, that's a country.
Yes.
Okay.
Humans mostly.
Then where are you from? You are not human, yes?
I am not human.
Do
indeed.
we look alike?
Well, no.
A little bit.
They have been on
You
the
got the
ground.
nose.
We
I'm sorry.
do
That was easy
do
joke.
understand that we have not seen anyone but dwarves for over 1100 years.
Well, honestly, still like the comparison is pretty odd. Yeah.
It's the nose.
No, I assumed he was not human, but I do not know what you are, which means that you
A recent addition to our
I am
group.
a recent addition to this team indeed. I am from the Arctic, from the old lands.
That we are familiar with, though not with your kin.
That's understandable.
Is that
So-
also
so
where your
you
bear
must-
came from?
Yeah, that is true.
Interesting creature.
The kids seem to like him.
Oh, I did not. I have not seen that. Kind of like looks over at Orinde. He goes, "Don't worry about it. I didn't tell that many. It's been a bit of an. It's going to be difficult to keep your presence a secret, as we have not seen anyone but dwarves in over 1100 years.
That's fair,
So,
yeah. Or I imagine bears, let alone polar or Arctic bears.
Yurdos once again speaks up, kind of pointing at Zira, going, "You're some sort of tiny dragonborn.
Yes.
Where are you from?"
Not here.
Well, we figured that.
Or jungle.
What she said.
We met up in the jungles outside of Illinois, which is an elfish country to the south of.
So you're some sort of elf?
No,
She's
I am basically what you get when you combine a dragonborn and an elf. Then you get this.
No, else or worse.
yeah, also worse. Yeah.
We heard, if that's what we understood from them.
That's why I'm so tiny.
Wait, so what are you then? Not a dragonborn, not an elf?
I'm a kobold. Like, objectively way cooler than a dragonborn. Just saying.
You might have seen them in the mines, maybe.
We have not encountered them.
No. They usually show up there, so.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well,
Perhaps not this deep.
not
Well, there has to be a dragon there as well, so it's probably good that you haven't noticed any.
That would be better, yeah. Not, we have more problems to deal with. We don't need a dragon.
Yeah. But I can give you a kind of a lay of the land. I have a map that I can show you that is current.
We have old maps. We would like to have them updated if you have time.
Yeah, sure. I can.
Eventually.
I'll grab the map that I have and then.
Sure.
We are not cartographers, but we can send you to the ones who to keep the records.
Oh. Well,
Come
come on, aren't you interested?
Come on, man! Can I show you a map?
I've got loads of these.
Rinder speaks up, going, "You are here. The rooms you have are yours until if you decide to stay for any longer period of time. You are free to come and go. The guards at the gate will recognize you. That will not be that hard.
Probably.
You sure about that? I have like one of those faces you see everywhere.
Not here, I'm afraid.
Outside also not.
No.
No.
You are
pretty
free to
noticeable.
walk the stronghold, but there will be stairs, and I think in a better world, if you decide to stay, perhaps it would be wise. The two of you could make your way around relatively inconspicuous, but otherwise, I think it would be wise to
I mean,
announce your presence eventually, publicly.
question.
Aye?
I'm not sure if we're sticking around here too long for now.
You need
wanna
not.
go to the Soul Forge. But
Yeah.
preparation is something we,
Like,
well, I would like to ask if you could help us with that. I don't know what you are possessed of. I don't know what you want. I don't know how to trade.
yeah, you don't use like gold. Do you still use like gold and silver coins?
The banker speaks up. We do still use similar currency. Gold, copper, and silver holds a value.
I
We
figured,
have.
but, like,
We had a
Coins?
kingdom's worth of gold in our vaults by the time that Humunda fell. A large part of that has gone into a unrecognized reserve to be able to keep some sort of gold value. Most people also accept trade, but gold holds its value largely. Something we are very proud of, that we've managed to stabilize this economy.
one more question. Should there be a way up to the surface? Would you be interested in like knowing how to get back?
Yura speaks up, going,
It is a
"We have
dangerous
been
journey.
looking. Our ancestors at one point gave up. No true way to the surface had been found since past the second generation, and we are surviving down here, and our community works. We have children, we have sick, we have elderly. It would be hard to
Well, not get up
to
and leave,
transport everybody, but it has been. People have suggested finding a way through the Underdark. Orindir has sent people in there since the emergence of the Durgar, but none of those have returned. Be that through finding a way out and being content, or dying on the way.
We've come down here. So.
Yeah, I'm not saying the journey is easy. It is not, but there is a
Considering
way
no one
down.
knew about your existence, I don't think anyone has reached the surface.
Not yet, no.
Never.
That makes sense. At
I
least not
mean,
recently.
Wouldn't you think there would be tales of?
There weren't even rumors or anything.
No. The only thing we knew is that we shouldn't have gone in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only thing
And
that
that
they've
everyone
ever told the
should
dwarves.
have died.
But the first layer would have explained that part pretty
Yeah.
well.
The second as well. It was completely filled with.
Orindir speaks up. What is the situation on the surface? There is a human country, an elven place with a jungle
Well, if you
next to
just
it.
allow me to show you the map.
What is happening with the first layer then?
Well,
You're
you
saying?
Oh, it's like picked clean.
Yeah, there's just monsters and there's a bunch of people scavenging.
The
for
first
loot.
layer apparently has been open to scavengers
Mhm.
that have defiled the place. If you would,
Unsurprisingly.
It's not a pretty sight.
no.
The fall is an understatement.
I mean,
The layer
second
after
layer
that
isn't a pretty
It's much,
either.
yeah, it's
Well,
not
it is at least it
In
is
time
the second
capsule.
layer is a tomb.
Hmm.
It's completely filled with corpses.
explained what had happened here a little better.
Yeah, but not defiled. So they still have their old armor on, old
They
insignias.
have not been moved.
They have not been moved in
Took
ages,
apart.
unless when we arrived, of course,
Right.
and walked past.
How did you find your way down here?
Elevators.
Elevator. There has been a mine that has collapsed into the second layer that goes through underground tunnels, through underground water caverns that are patrolled by demonic fish, abyssal fish. I don't know what they were.
It's, yeah,
But it was like a color. It was a theater that had collapsed into the a part of the mines that had filled up with water after a while. We went down into there.
Should we expect new visitors anytime soon then?
I
Other ones?
Don't think so.
this
I doubt
was, yeah, no.
It was dangerous, extremely dangerous.
If anyone comes down here with any bad intentions, they will be extremely dangerous if they manage.
But that doesn't paint a good light of all.
We are technically dangerous.
In any
Well,
case,
yeah, okay, that's.
But we
that's
don't
fair.
have bad intentions.
Well, they don't know that.
Orindir speaks up,
We
going.
want to light up the forge.
In any case, in due time, I would
can
like
be
to
lying.
be pointed towards any other breaches into this layer so that we may keep an eye on them or close them off to our own
What are you
content.
saying to me?
So we may have some control of who enters this layer. As
That it doesn't.
when the
well,
Durgar
mine
did,
thing
we were not
just
watching those mines and
dangerous.
they came pretty unnoticed. Yurda speaks up, going, if you're the one sent down here, especially you with that prophecy of Merlin and such, do you have anything to prove that you have some sort of connection with him, some reason to be here? Because you would be sent here down with something. Do you have that?
Proof. You want me to show me that I'm a cleric?
No. But we heard that the person who would eventually come down here and be our salvation would pick up a... He holds his mouth a
A
little bit.
green orb?
No.
Maybe it was the.
A green orb?
No, it's not a diamond.
I don't know, maybe. Prophecies are read like that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Do you have the other half of the crown? At which point, when he says that, the other ones at the table kind of like look confused at him for a second, while he stares down George.
Right.
Yeah, George, do you have a thing like that?
In the what?
I swear I kept it in.
I swear I have it somewhere.
It's still frozen, right?
Yeah, big
The
block.
block, like,
He kind of
falls off
stops
the
it,
table.
kind of looks it over,
Okay.
kind of pushes it back towards the center of the table, towards you.
Oh, that's what it was.
What
It
is
was-
it again?
It's half
what
of a
is it?
crown,
How did you get
frozen
that?
in a block of permafrost.
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
Wait.
He had it? How
What?
did you come by it?
It was given to me as part of my labor.
By whom?
The Snow Mother.
And that is?
My god. Goddess. Same thing.
So this goddess gave it to you to...
Find the next champion of Hamunda.
Hmm.
The next king of Hamunda, more like, if I find them worthy. Are you acting so surprised?
No, I'm just
You were there when I
I
gave
know.
it.
I am
I'm
so
looking
surprised.
at you while you're telling the story.
Yeah, I didn't know that was
Yeah, this is common knowledge we all know, indeed.
Yes, I guess.
Yeah.
I know he gave a block of ice, but I didn't know there was a crown there.
Now I can have my massive tequila.
I don't know why. I figured there was some
It
weird
would have been
godly
even
stuff.
funnier if I didn't revived and you searched my stuff and there's just this massive ice cube like, where the fuck do you have it? And I could not explain.
Yurda speaks up going, so some distant god with no connection to Moradin gave you a crown of a vision of his.
Nobody said no connection to Morgan.
Makes total sense to
What
me.
connection do
Ask
you
me.
or it have with Moradin then?
No, that was the dwarf. I'll let you
Honestly, I don't know myself for sure. We've seen tablets in the Arctic connecting the Snow Mother to Belor. Belor seems connected to Moradin somehow.
Didn't this
Look
Snow
at the
Mother-
equipment you wear.
Well, that is well, it's made by the dwarves, yes.
Not just a dwarf.
Sorry, Reldrak.
Who was that?
Yeah, they wouldn't know, I think. It was after the fall of the moon.
I mean,
A very good dwarf. Very talented in his craft. His hero.
he was a very well respected smith, and
Was. He's dead then.
we have found him dead, yes. I have suspicions he may was the first to do what I did, maybe. I don't know. For some reason he inspired me to do this.
Did he have a connection with Moradin? Was he some sort of...
He certainly had. Yeah. I don't know exactly what his connections were.
When did he die?
200 years ago?
100 years ago, yeah. Exactly, we don't know.
At which point, kind of like Yurdis looks over at the Rindi who seems not to be surprised by the number 200 years. Yurdis goes, well, there's some sort of legitimacy, I suppose. But we shall see what we make of you.
You don't have to acknowledge me. You don't have to announce me to the people. I'm here to light the forge.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that.
And Nir kind of like leans back, going, let's see. Perhaps things are made for you in a greater purpose, perhaps not. The soul forge has not moved.
Maybe.
I'm assuming you were traveling there when we found you. As I said, if you have the time, Renia would like to meet with you, but there is no need if you wish to continue on your journey with some haste.
You have the other half of the crown.
Hmm?
You have the other half of the crown.
Rinda kind of looks around the table. As far as we know, it was lost down. The king supposedly had it during the fall, but he was lost. If he was lost with the crown, we are confused. We were confused when it was mentioned through a prophecy. That will be explained to you by another in more detail, but we do not know how. We are not sure if he took it with him, considering if it went down into the forge, it would have been lost in its entirety, rather than half. Some think it was lost somewhere during the fall that people tried to take it for themselves, but we have not found any proof of it
Maybe we'll
on
find
this
what we
layer.
have in the forge.
Possibly.
Or in the palace, if we're unlucky. That's where the crown would be.
Well, the king died in the forge.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he took his crown. I mean, one half was taken by
One
gods,
half
apparently. So
was in the Arctic, so it,
could be honestly
anywhere.
anywhere. Yeah.
Let's
We'll see.
try the forge first.
Yes.
Let's see what Runia has to say about the prophecy that she got.
Yeah, she might be able to tell us what the prophecy is.
Yeah.
We'll go with it.
I did I do research or did I have a vision of the chosen one of Valor?
Research. That was during your downtime.
Okay, then never mind.
Okay.
No, I was wondering if I saw the king, but if I did research,
No, you did
I
not see him. No. Good point, though. Smart thinking.
Sometimes.
Judas kind of gets up. He goes, "You're excused. And if you wish to, for at least the non-dwarven among you, to walk our streets unimpeded, let us know so we can make a more public announcement about this. Otherwise, there will be a lot of questions and assumptions, and we do not know how different people may react to your arrival. The two of you should be able to walk the streets pretty unimpeded." At which point, Enwin kind of goes, "Before you leave, we heard there were 5 new people." She kind of like opens up a bag she took with her, and out of it she takes a smaller pouch, and she takes from it 5 keys that she kind of like pushes in your direction. Each of you take one of these keys. Bind you are familiar with magical items? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bind yourself to it, not in a too specific manner, but it will be bound specifically to you and recognize the rune on the keys. If you stick this key in any sort of floor or wall, it will open up into one of our vaults. There you can safely store your goods and other valuables, as anyone else within our halls may. These are yours if you wish to be able to store things here.
Okay.
Will this also work on the second floor?
It should be working anywhere. It will create a small doorway
Oh,
to
that's really useful.
one person's
Body parts.
specific vault. When you place it down on the ground,
I haven't attuned to it.
no, you don't have to attune to it. It's just that you grab it and
Oh.
it binds itself to you. The moment you touch the ground with it, a metal door begins to form with a keyhole
that's
where
so
you
cool.
hit the thing, and as you pull away, it disappears.
Do all the keys go to the same place?
No, to each of your personal vaults.
Can I walk?
I don't have to keep. Oh, never mind. It would be. No. Did not say anything. I don't have to keep the bodies away.
Can I just walk inside and accidentally lock myself in, or are there protections?
If a person gets put inside and the key is removed, unless it has been opened physically in the bank, if it then is then closed, the person is shunted back out.
What if a dimensional space enters the room?
It is
Yeah.
not considered a dimensional space, simply a long open teleportation sort of.
Like a. I wouldn't know.
That's
Shara
great.
wouldn't know that spell.
That's all I need to know.
It's
Thank
a
you
level
for
7
everything.
spell.
You're welcome.
I think we're gonna
Gate.
visit.
Or arcane gate, I think. But
You
I
guys,
wouldn't know that.
you guys step back out of the room. At which point, I mean, there you know the way out of this building. It's not that hard to eventually find. What do you guys want to do?
Oh, it would be useful, or if unless you want to stay in your rooms, that they do that announcement thingy.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it might be. You know.
Can't they just bring this Runia to us?
No, I want to go there.
Will we get killed if we walk the streets? I don't think so.
Let's
No,
just
but
let them announce.
Let's not fuck with the ecosystem too much. They already have too much problems. It feels.
So you want us to get?
I mean, doesn't the announcement that suddenly outsiders have arrived will also cause problems?
Maybe.
Like
Maybe less problems than
Like
If you
I'll
want to
just
rather stay here, then that's fine. We'll go there. But otherwise,
Definitely. I'm going.
there you go. So we announce.
if they want to do that, they
But we agree. You gotta drag me.
The dwarf that escorted you there kind of opens up the door and goes, "Yes."
Can you announce us so that everybody can walk around?
Again, like turns back towards the group that the three of them. I mean, the old guy wasn't really participating, but the three of them were talking and
What do you
had halted
think?
their conversation. They halted their conversation, and Orinder kind of steps up from the table and goes, "We'll speak of this later. If you wish to be,
Um,
we can." At which point,
I mean, if it's if you
it would not
deem
be
it-
an inconvenience. It would
no,
simply
if
be
you
interfere.
deem that better than just us running around, because
Both would be fine. We think one and some people have been waiting for a savior. Now I don't know if that is you or not, but I think it could do little. I don't think it could do much harm.
If you have to announce it like that, but you know, whatever. Do as you wish, I guess.
As if you don't want to be called the chosen one.
That's.
Yeah.
Well, that is the only way that most of us have been referring to outsiders reaching Homundan. Now, whether that is you or not, we are yet to see. But
Of
people
course we
will
are.
perceive you
Oh,
as
yeah,
that
for sure.
regardless. But sure, follow us. And he kind of like moves out. He kind of goes over to the dwarf. He goes over to the other
Bum,
dwarf that
bum,
escorted you. He
bum.
goes, gather some guardians, spread the word, and we will make this official then. Kinda like sends him out. He goes, there is a central square here that I think is the most appropriate space that we will use for this. Please follow me. He leads you through the building, out through the front door, through the courtyard in which the woman with the children are gone. Bosco has been left alone since. I mean, it's been it's been like maybe 2 hours or so, and Bosco has its limits in how fun he is if he doesn't get out of a cage.
He is caged.
He's in like a pen where they also have like war goats and stuff, but
As depressing as every zoo I ever see a polar bear in.
but when you actually step out and they open up into the larger area, you see that it has like a large main street that leads to a distant square. Beyond it, a massive building, which is the Homunda Central Bank, if your maps were correct. You also see to your right, which would be towards the east, I think. You would see a large structure that seems to be more some sort of cathedral or church. Aside from that, a lot of residential space, market stalls, shops, people moving around and going through their day-to-day basis. When eventually you look back upon the building that you came out of, you see that it is largely a gatehouse. It has the entrance and exit to the Ironhold in itself, but also a larger fortified castle or fortress where these people stay and where you are allowed to stay in.
Is it similar to like a city would be above ground, or is it way smaller?
It's. I mean, the layers are tall. Like, so there are like full-on houses and multiple rows of houses that are kind of built up in like a staircase kind of manner around the central street, but the street also splits off. It looks like some sort of city, and it's relatively busy. It is smaller than something like Greenville, because Greenville houses maybe 500,000 to 1 million people, whereas here they would have 2,500 or so.
Do they have skyscrapers?
No, because there's no sky.
Apartment buildings that go all the way to
No,
the
they do
the
not.
ceiling.
Scrapers.
They are smaller buildings than that.
Ah, no roof scrapers.
But as you do, some more guardians kind of flank Erindir and surround your group. As when you emerge and the first people begin to spot you, they are like lingering on your group, and their heads kind of turn. There's almost a sort of procession that goes down the central street of people following and being interested in whatever the fuck that is happening here. The central square itself currently has a busy market through which you hear some of the guardians call out for that an announcement will be made, and there's a central stage which you are led up towards, where Rindir eventually quiets the folk and will announce your presence. He steps forward and goes, "People of the Ironhold,
Hello.
There's an important announcement to be made this morning. Yesterday evening, it has come to our attention that people had entered the third layer from outside. And you hear the people outside. From where? What are they? What the hell? The confusion and surprise throughout the space. These people are visitors and honored guests. They may or may not choose to remain here, but for now, treat them with respect and with the dignity that any one of our citizens deserves. And like you hear a voice going, are they the chosen? Is this the salvation? He goes, nothing yet is certain. Day's future will tell us more,
Yes.
but we will see how things unpack.
I am the chosen.
At which point, you also begin to hear voices like, why now? Since what? Since for how long? We've waited. Like these like voices of discontent begin to almost merge with the ones of surprise and hope. Rinder calms them down. Continue with your day, but know that these strangers are not a danger to us. Ask them if you may, but do not overwhelm them. He turns back to you and he goes, you may get some stares and some attention the next few days, but they'll
That's
get no
completely
used to your
fine.
presence. At which point, you see through the crowd, there's like a line parting as people begin to move aside, and a procession of cloaked individuals, these dwarves, kind of move forth, holding these like long candelabras with this spread of golden candles that have like
yes.
gold wax that kind of drop down. An older dwarf kind of steps forward, his hands clasped together, holding one of those golden candles with the wax just encasing his hands completely. He steps forward all the way up to the podium, but he doesn't step onto it. And he addresses the two of you, kind of looking between the two of you,
Hello.
going, which one of you is the chosen of Moradin then?
Obviously me.
Make a deception check.
Can we all point when she says that?
Too late. You would not know she was going to say that. Go for it.
I have been
already started
basking
pointing
in
at
the
George.
glory.
Go for it.
It's not terrible. I'm not good at deception though.
Really? I'm great at it. I have a
No.
The question was almost hypothetical, considering
moment.
the iconography, but
This one glad it's not me.
15.
Who's it more than guy? Eh?
he scoffs a little bit.
Let's not start lying to these people, Shara. That's maybe not.
I'm not lying. I'm the chosen one as well.
The crowd around is just utterly silent as he begins to speak and addresses you, George. You may not know me, young one, but I am Galdr Runthane, the Archpriest of the Golden Eye here in the Ironhold. And he has foretold your arrival to me as well.
Oh.
I am sad to say, Moradin isn't here anymore. He left a long time ago. The Golden Eye is the only one who sees us. If you are wise, young one, join us at our shrine. Feel his presence firsthand and learn the truth of this place.
Yeah.
He
no,
almost awaits a response.
I've had enough of demons. I
Or
don't need
just
to
sort of
do that.
steps down the podium. I haven't felt his presence one bit. Moradin stands next to me, though.
The,
We'll
invi-
light the forge. Good talk.
the invitation stands. If you come to one of our sermons, find young Ragrim here. He will bring you to me. And he gestures over to a younger dwarven fellow who has like. Now you get first of all, you get closer to Ragrim, the one or the Galtor with who holds the candle with the wax across his hands. You see his left eye has been gouged out, and in place of it, a golden orb sits in it.
Oh god.
The person he gestures towards is a much younger dwarf clad in armor, who has a golden eye tattoo on his forehead that is partially covered up by a bandage from some recent injury, as well as the helmet he carries. But
Okay.
he's very young. Like he's probably like a decade younger than you are.
How was the archpriester
Galdrur, rune thing.
Gal?
Drur, rune thing. And the person he gestured over, the younger dwarf, is called Ragrim. As they do, he nods, and the procession of about a dozen or so people begins to leave, and a few people from the gathering kind of like look over at him. He does speak out, "Come, there will be another sermon today," as a decent amount of the crowd kind of begins to dwindle off and either return to their business or begin to follow him.
I do not like this.
I have so many questions.
Arindir kind of steps down the podium as well, and he goes, "Yeah, an old friend, or at least he was."
What happened?
Probably
Oh.
the eye thing.
Well, he got his hands covered in.
He
in
did that
candle
after
wax.
things.
So
He used to be one of my guardians, and his son as well. Some time ago, we were attacked by those Durgar, and he lost his son. Shortly after that, he left my service and left the church and started this stuff.
Did his son come back?
No,
If
Just
if
saying.
is there still like people standing around like
a few people like looking at you. There's people like discussing amongst
Mm.
themselves.
Can I be like to the watchers who are interested just be like boasting about our travels?
And there will be people listening
Yeah,
in if
yeah.
you wish to stay there. But yeah.
No, I'll be like.
There will be people
talking
asking
about
you
our
questions
travel,
about
you know.
who you are, where you came from,
Mm.
if you are truly here to save them, stuff like that.
I
So
will
where's this going?
answer them the most. The most.
self-absorbed.
Self-absorbed way
Mhm.
I can. Yes, you know, I know we're amazing. At least I am amazing.
Arinder continues. I think it would be wisest not to mingle with them too much. Perhaps not be associated. If
Wasn't planning to.
good.
I have so many questions for him. Like, how did you do this?
Unless there's anything else, I have an investigation to get back to.
What are you investigating?
Another recent abduction that happened, I think, 2 days ago.
Oh no.
Maybe we should make our way to the cathedral.
Yes.
I'm away with talking to a group of pedestrians.
I'll just surprise grab Zira from behind
Duh.
and try to do
If
it.
you need,
Wow.
Oh, my Zira, sorry.
What
you-
did I do now?
Arinder goes.
Sorry, force of habit.
Arinder goes. If you need me or any of access to the Iron Ring, just let one of my guardians know. They will notify us. I wish you good luck. And Arindir and a few of his
Forget
guardians
about
take off in a similar direction where Galdru went, where the church procession went. They have that investigation they're going to get back to. But you are left to your own devices without people overwhelming you, asking who the fuck you are. I mean, they are asking, but without
I am
overwhelming
telling.
you.
Rooney.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
From the square, there are a few obvious directions. One leads to the large central bank. The other one to the church-looking building that does have a symbol of Mordin, kind of like in its roof on the front, kind of like cemented into it.
Okay.
When you
That's
get
where we should
closer,
go.
the
They're replaced by a golden eye.
yes,
Oh.
no. Come the fuck there. You no. When you get closer to the building, you see that it is not made of nice solid stone. It seems the stone that it's built out of seems to be broken chunks of other buildings that have been reconfigured into this large cathedral. The inside of which, when you step in, is a beautiful, nicely ordered space, kind of empty at the moment. There's a few benches with like a place to hold a sermon, to do like, speaking to the people. Beyond it, there are similar to the Soul Forge, though in lesser in number, a few forges where people are actively working. Most notable figure who is kind of like moving in between some of the people that are present is a golden armored dwarven woman that recognizes your group when you enter. Ikiak, you recognize this person as well. Though not wearing the armor before, this is the same woman who led these children to Bosco this morning. As she spots you, she kind of like walks out into the central pathway and kind of approaches you, going,
Hello.
"Hello, you're all very welcome. I had heard from my father that you had arrived, and I suppose that my invitation had reached all of you. My name is Renia. I am the Archpriestess of Moradin here, and
I'm
Orindir's daughter.
I'm Gerald Longfellow. You can all introduce yourselves.
George William Jr. So
Angie. No particular names.
Okay.
Nice to meet you. And you, little one.
I'm Zera.
Curious group you are. My invitation is open to all, though I was most interested in meeting with you. If you have a moment.
we came to talk.
Follow me. And it's kind of like she walks up to like the central altar where there's a little bit more privacy from the people standing at the benches. If you came here, if you have any questions for me, ask them before I rudely intrude.
Well, the prophecy. Your leaders said it was wiser if you told us to make sure the prophecy is as true as it was told.
Perhaps more accurate than others have. No one else receives these, which is similar to when it happened before. Apparently, the person who was the archpriest before me, when he was apprenticing for his predecessor, heard also visions similar to this. So when I got them, it is similar to what we heard 200 years ago or so. So I recognized for what they were, and well, I've been trying to prepare in whatever way I can for your arrival, I suppose. From what you can gather of her, she's relatively young, somewhere in her 40s or so, dwarf being. But being the highest ranking member here says something about her prestige, perhaps also a family thing considering her father is...
Nepotism.
Maybe it's nepotism.
Who was her father?
Orindir is her father.
How old were you again?
He's a child.
According to
Have you
Yurda,
guys
she's
been
a child.
cast since we started?
1.5 or 2 years or so. Close to 2 years. I think that makes you like 38.
Yeah.
He's
so
a child.
She's a child.
something like that.
Because it's close to 40.
I can tell you the vision. If you are comfortable with sharing with the rest, otherwise, it's up to you.
I mean, that is
Volk in here.
what we came for.
Go.
Being sneaky.
The prophecy that I received. According to it, one of Moradin's most devout and most worthy followers would go on a journey that would earn them with the wisdom of the world and grant them strength, but would temper them with humility. They would come to save us from the darkness, take up the mantle that Thoduwin had dropped, and would herald a new age for this kingdom. They would stand as a beacon of our people when this world is plunged into darkness and guide us to the next dawn. Of course, whatever vague images I saw was all obscured in the fog of vision, and they are not often as clear as one would hope. But that message is similar to what we heard 200 years ago, and what we had heard a few times before that. So, I had not immediately divulged this information for some time, as Some people, they get hopeful and then be disappointed when the vision does abruptly end, as had happened before.
Right.
I would ask, have you been sent here with some sort of vision or so of Morden, with a goal? Was he as clear to you as he had been to ours?
I have
Does any of this prophecy even remotely sound familiar?
Well, my visions were not as vague as yours. I talked to Morgan. I've seen him. But I've always shared my own intentions with the directions I was directed to. I want to become the best smith. I still do. I want to forge in this forge. I want to relight it. Perhaps not the reason you think I'm going to, but if the end goal is the same, then what does it matter?
Perhaps that's true. We'll see.
We did go on a big journey before this, so the path is true.
We have seen a lot.
Mm.
Wisdoms we have gone and humiliated, and finding humility is certainly something I think
We've definitely seen the world.
we have.
What
Well,
is
part of
humility?
You wouldn't know, would you?
No. I mean, you've gotten more confident, I suppose.
Yes, but I've also made mistakes.
And since you've been here,
Dying this one time.
That was one of the bigger ones.
since you've been here, anything for more than at all? Some of us find it hard to find some sort of connection, hence there is the reason that there are so few of us.
Difficult. Yes, I have.
What have you seen then, since coming here?
A lot of the golden ire, but small, faint sightings more.
If you want. Compared to from what we think happened on the other layers, this one is the most bound to Moradin still. And here inside the cathedral is the most clear lens that we have for Moradin's visions. If you seek a closer connection to him, perhaps we could pray here, if you're willing.
I'm good, but like, you can maybe.
I must admit, I've not done a proper prayer in this place because of the disconnect. It seemed every time I tried to reach him, I reached it. rather than-
Not much of this place does feel connected with Modin, but this is probably the closest you're gonna get.
Sure. Couldn't hurt.
She kind of like turns around towards all the smithies that are actively hammering away at their work, and kind of like reach out, going, "If everybody may, could we have the room?" And the smithing kind of stops, just for a moment. Some disgruntled
George is-
dwarfs kind of like move aside.
George just looks at I don't know, I like this smithing.
Silence is a. We don't want to overwhelm the connections coming through this place. The less interference there is, perhaps the better. I'm sure the smithing will eventually return, and sometimes, every once in a while, I have trouble hearing myself.
It reminds me of
Farewell. He kind of turns back, goes, "You can all return to your stations." At which point they all go. She turns back to the room. May we have the May we have the hall, please? And those few dwarves that were in the benches can like get up. They do a bow and leave.
Oh.
Days remind you of home as well.
What?
The other dwarves.
No.
No, they have to stay not. Can they also return?
I don't know why this place has to go empty for a prayer.
Good prayer.
I guess.
If you don't mind.
I don't know any players.
Yeah,
She gestures down towards the benches, but does not send you away.
I'm good. I'll probably step out of the.
Sure. She herself kneels in front of the anvil and begins to mutter in dwarvish under her breath a relatively simple prayer, as far as you can hear with decent perception. She invites you to join next to her at the altar. You do. As you do, you begin to speak your prayer. What, if you try to reach out to Morton, what would George say in this moment? What would that prayer sound like?
What the fuck, man?
Are these stories true? And if so, why have I never been told? Are you keeping this hope? Is it a lie? Is it a story? Or do you truly believe in this?
As you had your eyes closed during the prayer, you open them once more, and you stand, or you are kneeling, in a large open hall through which your words begin to echo, similar as to when you were in the cathedral, but now a darkened hall and with a smith hitting red hot steel on an anvil, that when your sentence finishes, it stops. And you hear a voice boom out towards you. I was wondering when I would hear your voice again. It's been clouded for some time, and I was afraid that I would not be able to hear you again.
Close.
Turns around at this point, and you see the same golden armored dwarven figure put the hammer down on the anvil. I thought I heard you before. I'm glad you are here. And you are owed answers to your questions. Kind of like steps forward, and as he does, he kind of pushes the hot steel onto the ground next to the anvil, at which point it bursts, and as it does, many braziers all light up at once, exposing this massive stone hall of his. Morden approaches you, looming figure at first, but as he steps closer, he shrinks down to still significant size, but more human proportions. I had to give these people hope. And I knew that what was down in Homunda was a great danger that I could not just send anyone to. So, perhaps one of my greatest failures has been leaving them here. And I've tried to do what I can to give them blessings, but in recent years, darkness has clouded my sight.
This darkness. Is it familiar?
I fear that what we send the champion of Pelor and my former champion to defeat down here at the end of the Dawn Wars is something they were not successful in defeating. But considering all these people are still alive, means that it has not broken out completely, which is a good thing. They must have been successful in some way. I have been searching for quite some time for someone who would be worthy of taking up the mantle that my former champion had dropped. You may have guessed you are not the only one to follow this path, but you are the only one who got this far. Your predecessor got close. A dear friend he was, at least to my understanding. We spoke a few times. in his mission to the Arctic to show himself as a worthy candidate was only ended by an unforeseen enemy, one that you have managed the best. I pick and choose my worshippers, the ones I bestow power on carefully. But every once in a while, there is one with determination and ambition that are truly worthy. So you send things in their way that would get them out from under the ground and experience more of what the world has to offer, rather than just my domain. And if they go with an understanding, perhaps then they can be worthy.
When I started this, I think I had that same sentiment that it was me. But if it was just me, then I think I wouldn't have gotten far out from Kokomunda.
That is true. Us dwarves are sometimes hard to admit that we need others, and even outside of our own kin. I am proud with what you've been able to accomplish, alone and with your friends. And I'm glad that fate has brought together two chosen again. I was hoping that Pella would get my understanding, though we do not speak often these days. Still see the other Dawn deities as good friends.
They're exes.
We're those friends who don't talk a lot, but whenever they do, it's like no time has passed.
But I've kept my distance, because I did not want to influence your choices too much. I thought that if you were to learn wisdom, not everything should be gifted to you. Though I empowered you with whatever strength I could, I wanted your choices and your path to be yours. You've come close to giving up a few times, and making that choice would have been yours, and it would have been a valid one. And perhaps then I would have to wait for another to come through with the same sort of vigor. But I'm glad to see you've made it this far, this close to the end.
See, I don't doubt you. I doubt myself. My
And why is
ability-
that?
I mean, if you hear the stories of what happened here, I have to follow their footsteps. None of them succeeded. Even you must understand how terrifying that is.
That it is. And if this is the point where you choose that continuing on is not worth your life or risk, then that is a valid choice. Perhaps one day another one will.
It's not so much my life, it's the life of the others that I risk.
They've all come here voluntarily, have they not?
I suppose.
All come with a similar determination. That youngest friend of yours, Zira, she seemed very keen on reaching the Soulforge. Another has traveled from you from across the sea, distant lands, to come here. Visions of another ally may have guided some of his judgment, but he could have come later or on his own. Jairus may be a little overconfident. But it's
Call out by Moradin himself.
But a determined soul and a good friend who has never questioned your judgment, never even thought twice about stepping in front of whatever dangers your group may have faced. The other chosen does her best.
Also got called out by Moradin.
She,
It's called out by God, guys.
she too walks a difficult path, one that has not entirely been without loss. But every accomplishment you faced, the death in the desert, the war waged upon our folk in Illinois, the reinvigoration of a colony you once lost, and the ending of a war between a people that is not your own, is all commendable. You've helped them, you've risked your lives for whatever they wish to do. They've done the same for you. I understand that all the dangers you have faced is something that makes you question whether or not you should be on this path. But if you could not survive the dangers you have faced now, there would be little chance for you to survive what comes next. Visions of the future, even for gods, are cloudy, and mine are shrouded in a darkness that I fear most. And I am not sure if the world would be able to make it through without you in it. I don't think your friends would.
As we say, we'll manage.
That you will. Our people have been lost for a while.
I have one question.
Aye.
No, maybe that's a weird question.
You may ask it all the same.
Why did you answer when I asked for the horse? I was clearly misguided. Is that a joke?
In ways, in others, it is important that I keep watch over all those who follow me. I do not always get to answer their every prayer. Sometimes ones are more clouded than others. People down here have been hard to spot. You... I try to follow your journey, guide you wherever I can. You asked for a relatively simple question. I thought
It was.
perhaps by giving you the tools yourselves to reveal whatever questions you had would be would be better than simply giving you the answers, as I have done with many of my other visions I've bestowed upon you. Make your own choices, make your own conclusions.
Sure.
Our people here and on the surface have been misguided for a while. Coppermunda functions, but it's overflowing. People are dying when they leave. Others have to find their homes in the lands of allies, yes, but it's different from being home.
Were you in the forge when everything broke down?
Here? No. One of my greatest regrets is that I was out facing off against other gods, allying myself with gods of other species, gods that have other goals, but we were united against it. That absence blinded me to what was going on within my own kingdom, and it lost me this. It lost me my champion. It lost Balor his. And ever since, I have felt regret about dooming all my people to struggle with the overwhelmings that Coppermunda has had to deal with. And it is true that I seek that hopefully one day my former home may once again be a place of respite and joy, rather than the death it has been.
What if I don't want to become king?
You need not be. I think the wisest among us should lead, as I did in the days that I walked that plain still, but I had to give that mantle to another. He took it, he ran with it graciously, and he gave his life eventually in the defense of this place. That determination is what I seek, that commitment. Ruling is more about being an image than it is the ins and outs of economy and logistics. There are people that always help you, people that helped me. Even I was not powerful enough to be able to manage every little piece of every kingdom. Hence the reason Homunda was my home, Coppermunda was never mine. They worshipped me and I gave them whatever strength I could. But now that we have left the material plane entirely, I do believe that Homunda will eventually require solid guidance and counseling from somebody who has proven their worth for more than just being some sort of state official. There is a reason that when Raldric passed, I made sure that what he had in his possession would be passed down to a chosen of another. who could choose someone worthy. Everything the choices people on the material plane make now must be made by the people living there, not by us anymore. We learned that mistake. Our direct interference can be difficult. If you do not want to become king, perhaps another will. Though I was hoping that you would take up that mantle with everything you have learned. But the choice is always yours. To do so, however, this thing that destroyed my home, that still threatens the people living there, is something that I believe needs to be vanquished. If you're unwilling to take that step, to risk that, I understand again. Your journey can end here, and perhaps another one's will go further than that. But I believe that you have that ambition and determination.
If only to light that forge.
Mm.
Well, you know, I can't refuse an offer like that. I have to make something in there.
We'll see what project we'll be working on. Though, the forge is a hard place to reach. Leaving the people here to fend for themselves with all the trouble they are facing inside and out. I don't know yet.
We managed for a while.
Perhaps leaving them to their own devices until you have reclaimed the Soul Forge can work. Perhaps it will worsen the state they're currently in your absence. I am sure that your presence will have given some hope, and made others scared of the change of a status quo they've long since accepted.
If this thing is what is within the forge, defeating it could unite them.
It could.
Could do the exact opposite.
Your absence could also drive a wedge even further. Killing what some people here believe in is sure to not go over well with at least some of them.
I certainly shouldn't go around the city telling them what I'm gonna do.
Perhaps not. I don't know. The intentions of mortals is something that has lost my divination for a while. I cannot see what choices they would make. But I fear for those who still follow me, for those who do not.
Thank you for reaching out.
If you do proceed, whether or not you choose to be a beacon for these people by becoming king or not, reaching the forge, slaying whatever this thing is down there, you will be my champion. And I expect you to be not only the beacon that will guide my people through the darkness, but also the shield that guards them. For I am sure that if we do not have that, whatever looming darkness I see in the future will destroy many lives. Think of what you want to make. I will do everything I can to aid you in that once you reach the Soul Forge. Until then, I wish you all the luck. And I promise that once you have made your choices, we will be seeing each other more often. I will not be as distant. Before he steps back again.
Damn, not only are you a chosen one, I get to choose if I'm a chosen one.
As he steps back, the bracers begin to turn off, darkness overtakes you, and you open up your eyes once more next to Renea, who's still in prayer.
She's
For
standing
you-
there.
For you, not much has changed. It maybe it was about 3 or 4 minutes or so that he was gone.
I'm outside.
Yeah, no,
I'm
it's the rest
talking-
of
oh yeah.
I'm silently praying.
She's like,
It's so gross.
Renea
Something
eventually
is-
gets up. I hope you found what you came to do.
dude.
Raider is
Such a bro.
yeah, such a bro.
Would it be yes and a no? I did see more.
That's good. I was hoping for something like that.
I have a lot to think about. If you have any more questions, you're free to ask them. But I also
I'm not sure if I should bother you any longer, though I am interested in your intentions here. Your arrival will hopefully do some good for those who have turned away from Moradin's guidance. Perhaps
I could tell
it
you
can
my exact intentions, but I'm not sure if telling anything at this point is smart. And I don't want to distrust you, but you seem rather excited.
it's hard to not be.
I just wouldn't want my intentions to be a gospel here.
Very well. Though I will continue on my path of trying to dissuade people from following whatever this dark creature is. I have little faith in the chance that the Church of the Golden Ire will long be a non-violent group. But with other dangers outside, perhaps people's focus is elsewhere.
I'm afraid whatever I am going to do, it might provoke a violent reaction.
Hmm.
If anything, perhaps be prepared for that. You probably can speak to your elders a little better than we can, in that sense.
I will.
I don't think my intentions with the Golden Eye are good.
If your intentions with it are not good, I think it's the best thing for this place.
I am not sure if I share the excitement about that. I'm rather afraid of the reaction of its followers.
Fair.
Which is why I'm telling you to warn.
I will.
Keep a better eye out on them. Even though they are peaceful, you know.
Farewell. I wish you good luck with whatever your future holds. You can always find me here if you need any additional guidance.
Very well.
You all leave this cathedral, stepping out once again in the central square, in the central street. And as you guys are at a point where you would have to make decisions of what you will be doing next, unless you have other plans,
We're going to the Soul Forge now?
we're going to be taking a short break. Welcome back. The party exits the Cathedral of Moradin, steps out into the streets of Amunda.
I was probably talking to some pedestrians while
Probably.
waiting.
You see, by the way, besides the attached to the cathedral on the left is a larger,
A gift shop.
not a gift shop, but like a larger hall. Written above it on engraved in stone is a house of healing, which seems to be attached to this, where seems to be some sort of like temple-like hospital, I suppose is the best word for it, with above it a larger residential area.
You have some
But that is part of the same
Think that I hold a healing
structure.
potions?
I want the biggest one.
If you want to
I
seek
use
for
one.
healing potions and such,
This is
asking around, you would. Hello, there is a location for that. The House of Healing is if you are injured, you can go there and get help, but they're not a shop.
I don't need help.
Is it free?
I'm perfect.
No.
Thank God.
Morgan disagrees.
Give me free healthcare.
I don't know
That
that.
would be terrible.
There is an Emberstone Apothecary, which seems to be some sort of low-level magic shop where they sell healing potions, mana potions, and simple spell scrolls of specific schools.
I want these. Let's go there.
Yeah, we go there.
Just to abbreviate, what do you guys want to get? You know how expensive they are.
I want.
Why?
I mean, they are in the thing.
If they have a.
Hmm?
I want another Supreme one.
One of those?
Yeah.
Sure. How expensive are Supreme ones? 800.
800, I think.
I thought it was 850 or so.
I don't have any money.
Suck
Fair.
it more. Loser.
But I do have.
I don't have any money, but I have a gun.
I have nothing. I shoot.
Man, I'm
I
the
don't
chosen one.
shoot,
Can't you
but
give
no
me
one
the
does damage.
chosen discount?
I am the theme of this castle.
Apparently he is.
Apparently so, yeah.
At least he's gonna be.
I'm the king. I'm the king.
I should get
Love our
everything
carpet.
for free.
I
I
mean-
should get everything.
Compared to other cities, their stock is more limited than other places, considering there's like 2,500 people living here and they're underground.
Weak.
Weak.
But you want to get a supreme healing potion
Yeah, I do.
for how much was it? Were they?
800 gold.
Or I thought it was 850.
These
No, it's 800, I think.
They're in the little cards.
Yeah, they're in the cards.
Arr.
In like the first one. No, you went past.
I went past.
Yar. Yar.
Potion.
750.
750. Those are mana potions.
That's mana potions. Healing potions.
800.
You're right then. Yeah.
Of course.
So 800 gold for that, and I'll give you those potions after the session.
Yeah.
I'll probably do 30 platinum and then 500 gold. I think that should be 800, right?
Yeah. 30 platinum, 500 gold.
We should maybe get crystals if they have them.
Like healing crystals?
Well,
yeah.
I've had.
I want some
I have a lot of
lavender.
money that I found in the vault.
You do.
I want to kind of buy a lot of stuff here and then
From
just
that?
spread it across it. I want to buy
Oh,
diamonds.
sure.
I want to
Sure, one sec.
get
Let me.
potions. I want to get mana potions. I just want to get shit with that money because I feel like that's the best use for that.
Yeah, I was
Sure,
gonna
I mean,
say we
you've
should
found
get
it.
diamonds.
Let's see.
Definitely diamonds.
Yeah.
What is? Wait.
You had found 227 or 257 platinum, 3,585 gold,
We could get 10 diamonds.
3,572 silver, and 1,366 copper pieces. What do you want to buy from that?
Maybe for the last
Okay, maybe
fight,
that
we
isn't
should get
doable,
Revivify
but-
as well.
I
Okay.
want to buy 2,500 worth
Just in
of
case.
diamonds.
I know NG can cast it as well. But damn.
I may have kicked your camera.
Good.
No, we're good. Okay, you want to buy how much?
2,500 gold worth of diamonds. And I think
In one massive diamond, or
500 gold piece diamonds essentially.
so?
Five
times 500, yeah,
gold
okay,
piece
5
worth of
times.
diamonds.
Basically.
Okay.
But I just So and then basically everyone holds 500 gold diamonds. That will mean I'll have
Damn, I will hold 700 then.
Yes.
better than
No,
not.
600.
And because I still had a little bit, I might grind up some for extra dust, but that'll be later. It's not something I'll buy.
Is this too big to put in my crown?
I'd like to buy the amount of money. Are you taking this off the amount of money from the?
I'm currently just writing. I'm writing it down. I will be taking it from the Barite Mines money specifically, if you want me to.
Yeah.
That is what I'm going off of.
You sent it to me, right?
Yes.
How much that was.
If somebody else wants to have anything done or buy anything.
I'll go to. They spoke of that like the house of for the maps. The
Yeah.
House of Records. I'll go there.
There is an archive
Yeah.
here, some sort of library.
Library.
The Lorehold Archives, which is a large dwarven
Do you have any spring
library
potions?
that has gathered all the pre-Dawn War books as well from the Homundi here.
Okay.
They could use an update with their maps.
Yeah, I'll update their maps.
Okay.
Show them mine.
For supreme healing potions, is that possible? Do they have that?
So they have supreme healing potions.
How many?
We want to buy all your.
Depends
all
on
of
how
your
many
stock.
you want to buy.
4?
4 is possible.
Your entire stock.
If you have the money for that still.
I think that is. We're getting close.
It's 4 times
800.
800. So that's a little over
3200.
2,500.
Yeah,
That's
3,200.
that's 3,200.
How much gold is in total with 2,500? It's like
5,700.
you should be able to pay for that. And then we have 4 of those, and then
You have a little over 6,000 gold
I wanna,
if you convert the platinum into gold.
I want to buy for myself with my own gold 2 supreme mana potions if that's possible.
In gold, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 2 supreme
How much damage did you?
mana potions or healing potions.
Mana.
Those are 750, right?
Yep.
2 times 750. So that's 1,500 gold pieces off of your. You don't have that much gold.
Don't I?
No. You have 1,174
And if you count the gold I have from the
from Mithraldark.
yeah.
Then you could pay for it. But then you're taking funds out of Mithraldark for that. You can. Mithraldark currently has 941 gold.
How much more gold do you need?
That would get you to that amount.
I could pitch in.
No, I'll just buy one. Then I'll just buy one.
Just one. Okay. Then you can pay it all from your own gold. Because you have 1,174 gold right now in your own pocket.
I didn't update this one.
I did send it last time, so that one should still be accurate, except for this session. That should be accurate for everything you guys have right now.
The,
But that's it then.
Anybody else?
I bought my potion.
I have enough.
And we went to the archives. I'll
Yeah.
put the potion inside of the ring as well.
Anything else anybody wishes to do today? Chara will be occupied at the archives for a time. But unless you guys wish to leave today, there would be one more long rest and you guys could leave tomorrow. But it's up to you guys. Or you could leave at night.
We have all our stuff. It's gonna be good.
I mean,
I don't. Why would we wait?
Yes, let's leave today.
we would leave at in the afternoon, right?
Yeah.
How long is it?
That
walking?
would probably mean you would have to long rest once before getting to the Soul Forge.
And otherwise we would get there in one day.
Yeah, otherwise if you would leave in the morning, you would get there in the mid-afternoon the next day.
Perhaps the rest in between is not.
If the two of you want to have your armor repaired, and your gauntlet, that is something that's very doable here, but you would lose them until tomorrow morning.
No.
That may be a thing.
Yeah, no. I'll get that repaired.
Yeah.
Yeah, how much did
That's
what was the
Yeah, well, it's
ID for that again?
Yes, the stat block had a rule for that. Let me find it. That depends on whether or not the item that needs to be repaired is magical or not.
Yeah, it is.
Technically, I guess.
Technically, I guess. No, it definitely is. It's the gauntlet.
Let's see. Rust mechanic. There we go. Rust metal. To repair a weapon, you must pay half its original price. And if the weapon is magical, you must pay 100 times as much and spend 1 day repairing it, or you can have somebody else repairing it. So, for example, your gauntlets, they count as maces. Half of a mace only costs. Oh wait, that's armor.
I don't know its original price though.
I mean, not from. It's not the original price of the magic item. Just just the weapon it's based off of. So it would be a regular mace's price. That's
Times 100.
halved, but then times 100 because it's magical.
Yeah, okay.
Otherwise, you could just buy a fucking 100 new ones or 50
Yeah.
new ones. So no, that's not how it works. A mace costs 5 gold pieces, so 2.5 gold pieces times 100. To repair that would cost 250 gold pieces.
So you're telling me
It's just a minus.
There is a maximum to it. There's a limit it cannot exceed.
telling me it's 700.
The price caps out at 1,000. It cannot be higher than 1,000.
How much is the armor worth?
That's good, because otherwise we had to pay 75,000 to get our armor.
Yeah, spicy.
It would be 1,000 because it's magical armor.
Jesus Christ.
But is it magical aside from being just mithril?
It's mithril.
That does not necessarily like that's a rare
It's mythical because
it's a rare tool. Would be harder for people to work with who are
I
not familiar with
infused
it,
it.
but they do have. Oh yeah, but we take your infusion off of it and it's still damaged.
Yeah.
So it would be considered non-magical. So that would only
750.
750.
Hey, that's 250 gold less.
Yeah, no, I pay 750. That's no
Can
worries.
George help?
Hmm?
Can George help
For a
repair the
discount.
armor?
Sure, I'll give you a half a discount for. I mean, they can also just give you a forge so you can do it yourself. It would just cost a day.
Oh, can I do it myself?
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a hell of a payday. That's-
I don't have smithing skills whatsoever. So
Then you would have to pay for
I pay
it.
750 for it. I don't think you can do both of them.
I mean, unless you wait another day.
No, it's
have
not
to
worth
wait.
it. No, I'll pay it. It's
I'll
fine.
pay
I pay 750 to fix my
Sure.
armor.
You can
Yeah,
pick it up the following day in the morning.
I will do that.
The two of you can repair it on your own.
I'll repair it on my own.
Just for
I don't
one
wanna pay
extra
that.
AC.
It's not even that much, but I don't want to pay.
I mean, if you
Sure.
want to buy plus 1 armor, you're losing a lot more than 750. So plus 1 AC is worth a lot of money. You pay that in gold as well.
He's
Yeah,
just
everything
saying that
goes
so
with-
you spend more money.
2005.
Don't listen
I've
to the
left.
DM.
It's a marketing scheme.
It's a marketing
You
scheme.
have a little more than
This is
that.
one of the first level spell gives you 5 AC. Don't trust him.
So,
I don't even have it as a spell.
I think about it, it might be worth more for me because I have just a high dex.
your armor will be repaired tomorrow. You guys take the rest of the day to finish it, so you can pick it up tomorrow morning
Yeah.
from the smithy.
Level 1.
Cast the
But otherwise, you guys spend your day within the Ironhold, preparing to leave the following day. Eventually, you all find yourselves back to bed, which would be another regular long rest, unless anybody wishes to do something specifically before
Like-
leaving.
Except for like flex anytime someone stares at me. No.
I mean, when you're on your own, people don't really stare at you that much.
Another day here? Or
No.
just the
We
one?
make you
You're
special.
you're spending another long rest.
You're
Okay.
known for.
Okay.
No, I'm special.
Just
George
I'm
will just
perfect.
be
Just
in
the long
Forge
rest,
talking
okay.
with people in Forge,
Sure.
trying to see if he can
Hey.
learn anything interesting here, and if it's just all basic, if it's just
Um,
the same stuff as usual.
They don't have much in the way of like special forging skills here or anything. However, they are compared different from a lot of other places. They are still very familiar with mithril, which is something that was mined in Homunda originally, and the reason why Reldrek left for the Arctic to find more. They also know how to smith barite, although it doesn't require a specific kind of skill set. They do have experience with that. So these people could mine or smith barite for you as well.
Another mine.
Another mine. But eventually you guys would all find yourself a long rest, unless there's anything else anybody else wishes to do.
I would like to go to Zero's room during the night and knock on the door.
Ooh, okay.
And then leave.
Snacksy.
The oldest in the
Zero,
Come in.
thank you. I enter the room.
Go for it.
There's something I've been meaning to talk to you about as friend to friend. As I've been having a bit of some troubles recently on my mind. I would like to share them with you.
I'm listening.
Thank you. You know the reappearance of Bosco was not natural by any means, and I haven't really disclosed everything with the rest of the party. I've been keeping it to myself, and I think I've made up my mind about it. The golden ire has
A very
Brought-
familiar name by now.
yes, yes. I wish I knew it earlier. Has brought back Bosco under the condition that I kill Runia.
Oh. I see.
Oh.
And I do not want to lose my boy again. I cannot go through that pain again.
Bosco is awesome.
Bosco is awesome. He's my child. I've known him my whole life. I've raised him since he was a cub. And
I have not known Bosco for that long, but I too do not want to lose Bosco again.
so you will stand with me when the time comes.
Of course. But you know, let's first go to the Soul Forge.
That's true. Let's first go to the Soul Forge. We'll see it when we see it.
Yes.
I don't know. I have not planned this out at all. I'm not that smart, sadly. But it is good to know that I have an ally within the group.
Of course, buddy.
Thank you, Zira. I appreciate this. This will make me sleep better at night.
You feel like you don't have an eye in the room?
And I leave the room and
Mhm.
I go back to my own bed.
The following day, you pick up your armor. You guys depart. Stepping back into the abandoned halls of Hamunda. You are given directions and told to watch out for any more Durgar. What would be your marching order?
Middle.
On the back on Bosco.
I'll go front.
Right in front of, on the back of Bosco.
Go behind Chira.
Our normal.
Chera and George, make a
Yes.
perception check, please.
I will. Yes, spicy. 14.
Let it do, let it do, let it do.
18. Okay. You keep out a clear eye, and as discussed before, you move more silently to be able to avoid any dangers. There are no big monsters walking this floor, similar to the first. And on your track, you go from more center to more downward, rather than up north where the Durgar are. So you're walking away from their territory, and that is a lucky thing for you, as midway through the afternoon of that day, you would arrive where it marked on all the maps is the Soul Forge. You see a similar grand entryway, similar to what would be made to go to the lower levels, and beyond above it is also written just the Soul Forge with the with iconography of Moradin all around. It is written in Dwarvish for those who cannot read Dwarvish. Big sad. However, its most obvious feature is that the entirety of the doorway is blocked by this massive, just floor to ceiling, like 60-foot high wall of flame, which is something you recognize relatively quickly as, yes, it's fire, but it's all radiant fire, just kind of just blazing, and it's blocking your path entirely. With that, thank you guys for coming out to watch. Thank you guys for coming out to play. We'll be back again next week with less people at the table, I think, as the party tries to find a way into the Soul Forge. Until then, thank you for coming out, and we will see you in the next one. Goodbye.